Everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a bit about Joel Goldsmith, one of this past century's greatest spiritual teachers, writers, lecturers, and one of his teachings, God made the world for you. So Goldsmith was born in 1892, and in 1915 his father became critically ill while in England. They were contacted to come and retrieve the body. But by the time they got there, his father had been healed by a Christian Science practitioner. And this event actually started Joel on his wondering about spiritual experiences. After he served the Marines during World War I, Goldsmith returned to New York City, and while on a return trip from Europe, he developed pneumonia. And just as his father before him, Goldsmith was healed by a Christian Science practitioner who happened to be on board his ship at the time. So, wanting answers about this phenomenon, Goldsmith entered the Christian Science church and studied there. After about 16 years, he left the church and moved to Boston, where he set up his own healing practice. He then moved to California before World War II and created an even more successful healing practice there. Goldsmith self-published his most famous work, The Infinite Way, in 1947, which was based on letters to different patients and students of his. And during his lifetime, Joel published over 50 books, as well as many different articles and other small publications. He stressed contemplative meditation practice in his teaching. The method he generally taught involved short, frequent meditation periods throughout the day. He preferred short 10-minute meditations rather than one or two long, hour-long meditations. He stated that the main reason to meditate was that through reaching the inner silence, one could hear the still small voice and receive its intuitive guidance. His teachings also stressed spiritual healing through conscious contact with God. And in 1964, Joel passed away at the age of 72. So one of his earlier writings was how God made this world for us, for men and women, and how we could live in this world and enjoy it as a gift from God. So this is what he wrote in that article. People eat, drink, sleep, they have families, but they are on a treadmill. They are living a life of limitation, locked up in their minds, locked up in their skulls. Some few are fortunate that something stirs inside the mind and makes them wonder, is there something beyond this that I know? Is there something beyond this that I am seeing with my eyes or hearing with my ears or thinking with my mind? We call it a desire to know God, or we call it a desire for truth, or reaching out for truth. Sometimes it comes in the form of ambition, which makes a person want to break through their present circumstances and get into a wider atmosphere of life, a broader atmosphere, something beyond their present limitations. Just for a moment, take the blinkers off your own eyes and think of the ocean and the mountains around and the world beyond the mountains and the world beyond the seas. See the vastness of space, the cattle on 1,000 hills, trees, plants, and then begin to ask yourself, why are they there? What are they doing there? What purpose do they serve? Once you begin to pick your way through this shell of the human mind and look outside, you will find that all of this is there for you and me. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and all I have is thine. Everything that exists for you and me. God has created a tremendous universe, not only for birds to fly around in and fish to swim around in, but that we should travel around in and enjoy this. You can say to yourself, I am a creature of God, and God made this for me, for my enjoyment. Nobody possesses anything except those who enjoy it. We don't possess by money and purchase. We possess by feeling and gratitude. So if we lift the restriction of the mind, and instead of seeing our own limited thoughts, our own man-made limitations, we could come out of it and live. Begin to see that a universe such as we have here must have been created by nothing less than what we call God. To have created this universe takes all the wisdom of an infinite intelligence, of a divine love, a great love. But love for what or whom? It must have been made a love for us. That all of this is given to us by love to enjoy. That's why everything is here. Not for us to own and possess, but for us to own and enjoy through the knowledge that there must be a God creating this for us. There is a God. There is something, a spirit, that has created this great universe and then set us down in it. And here it is. This something within us is nudging us, pushing us, compelling us to look around until we become aware of this immensity all around us, and of the beauty and the harmony and the joy, the companionship and the people, and the past and the present and the future. If we permit it, pretty soon we will have the feeling expressed by the Greek, man, know thyself. And the next thing you know, we can begin to think, who am I? Why am I here on earth? Am I living at this moment, or am I only existing from one day to the other? Was this world meant for me? Aren't the heavens mine? Isn't the earth mine? It was said to our ancient Hebrew prophet, look out. All of this land that you can see is yours. I give you land as far as your eyes can carry from a mountaintop. The higher you go up, the further you will see. The higher you go in consciousness, the wider and broader will be your vision, and the more you will see. The first thing you know, you realize, because it will happen. Why, I am not even here. I am not even here on this limited space of ground. I have broken through this limitation of the skull, the mind. I am no longer tied up inside of a skull bone. I am not even limited to this body. All of a sudden, I am I. I am I. But the freedom, when this that is within us forces us to go higher, higher, and higher in vision, getting more and more and more out of the mind, and more realizing the true nature of my identity. Why I am I. I am the offspring of God. I am the heir of God, joint heir. There are no limitations to my inheritance, no limitations to my vision, no limitations to what I own. The whole earth is mine, the sun and the moon and the stars. If only we climb high enough in our spiritual vision, we can know this whole world for generations to come. It is all there to be seen. It is all here to be experienced. There is nothing that is going to be created tomorrow, not a thing. All that was is now, all that will ever be is now, but you have to get up on the mountaintop of vision to behold it. And the mountain of vision is when you have broken through all limitations and can say, I am I, the child of God, heir of God, joint heir to all the heavenly riches. Then when we walk out on the street, by the sea, by the mountains, flying through the air, there is a whole different feeling. There is no sense of personal possession. There is just the sense of enjoyment of all there is because it is free. He writes, come out, break through the limitations of the mind, realize who you are. Realize there is no greater experience in the world than taking a day off for walking, where you can see the mountains and sea and sun and moon and stars. Come, enjoy the world God made for you. So I leave you with those thoughts today. Go out, take a walk, smell the air, enjoy the beauty around you. God made the world for you. Let's go out today and enjoy it. Let's enjoy this beautiful, beautiful gift from God. And tomorrow we will begin a study of Joel's first and very most important book, The Infinite Way.